of Dhamma shining brightly, guide the journey of my life. When the Buddha spoke to me, I hear the voice of truth and peace. As I sit in meditation, I can find my heart release. In unbroken, noble silence, all I feel is loneliness. But then I get that inspiration, and I feel the happiness. Rain of Dharma cooling down and clearing up the morning sky. Gift of Dharma is the pathway, guide the journey of my life. Now the Buddha is my teacher, giving hope and giving light. He has widened my horizon, and I will find a way to rise. The greatest gift's the gift of Dharma. Open up my eyes to see. I can hear my heart delighting. I can rest and I can be. In unbroken, noble silence, all I feel is loneliness. But then I get that inspiration, and I feel the happiness. Rain of Dharma cooling down and clearing up the morning sky. Gift of Dhamma is the pathway, guide the journey of my life. Gift of Dharma is the pathway, guide the journey of my
𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪 and a very good morning, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Welcome once again to the weekly Sunday Pūjā in Unison and Dhamma Sharing Online, an initiative of the Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia. It's certainly good to see all of you once again on this online platform. Today is the 16th of November 2025. To begin today's puja, I shall now invite Sister Cheng to read out the offerings in English. Over to you, Sister Cheng.
Thank you, Brother Terence. Good morning, 𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪, to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. It is a great blessing to come together this morning to perform morning puja, to review our precepts, and to stay through a sharing to reflect on the Dhamma. So now let us compose our minds and contemplate on the significance of virtual offerings that we will make with full respect to our blessed teacher, the Buddha. Let us begin with the offering of lights. May we offer these candles, burning brightly, out of deep respect and veneration to our enlightened master, the Buddha. May these lights symbolically guide us to the light of the Dhamma, which dispels the darkness of greed with the light of generosity, the gloominess of hatred with the light of love, and the darkness of ignorance with the light of wisdom through the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Offering of joss sticks and incense. May we offer these joss sticks and incense out of deep respect and veneration to our blessed master, the Buddha. May the fragrance of these joss sticks and incense be pleasing unto the gods and devas. May our good deeds be like the fragrance of joss sticks, cultivating compassion, patience, tolerance, understanding, and love towards all living beings. Offering of water. May we offer this water to symbolize our aspiration to cultivate the virtues of calmness, clarity, and purity. Let it remind us to diligently cleanse ourselves of our spiritual defilements and delusion through the cultivation of generosity, compassion, and wisdom. Offering of flowers. These flowers we offer out of deep respect and gratitude to our compassionate Master. These flowers, sweet, beautiful, and choice, are clustered at the feet of our noble Master. Beautiful as they are now, they will soon, with the passing of time, wilt, fade, and be casted away. Reflecting thus on this very nature of unsatisfactoriness, impermanence, and soullessness, let us tread the path shown by the Buddha for the eradication of sufferings here and now. So let us begin this morning's puja by paying homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. We would like to say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang sammadiyami. Adinnadana veramani sikkhapadang sammadiyami. Kamesu miccachara veramani sikkhapadang sammadiyami. Musawada veramani sikkhapadang sammadiyami. Surameraya majjapammadatthana veramani sikkhapadang sammadiyami. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijjacarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarati satta dewa manussanang buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehipassiko opanayiko paccattang vedittabbo vinyuhiti. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Nyayapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Samicipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Yadidang cattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala. Esa bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Ahuneyo, pahuneyo, dakkineyo, anjali karaniyo. Anutterang punyaketang lokasati.
Bandami cetiyang sabbang sabbetani supatittitang saririkadatu mahaboding Buddha rupang sakalang sada yassamule nisinnova sabbari wijayang aka Patto sabbanyuttang satta bande tang bodhipadapang ime ete mahabodhi lokanatena pujita ahang pite namassami bodhi raja namattute Gana sarapadittena dipena tamadang sina tiloka dipang sambuddang pujayami tamonudang ganda sambara yuttena dupena hang sugandina Pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang adiwase tuno bante paniyang parikappitang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu muttamang Adiwase tuno bante bojanang parikappitang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu muttamang Adiwase tuno bante gilana paccayang imang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu muttamang Ganda ganda guno petang etang kusuma santating pujayami munindassa siripada sarorohe pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punnena metena cahotu mokkang Uppamilayati yata idang me kayo tatayati vinasa bawang akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahittika punyang tang anumoditwa cirang rakkantu loka sasanang akasatta ca bummatta dewa naga mahittika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakkantu desanang akasatta ca bummatta dewa naga mahittika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakkantu mang parangti devo vassatu kalena sassa sampatti hetu ca pito bhavatu loko ca raja bhavatu dhammiko idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang accayang kamma me bante puripanya tathagata kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang accayang kamma me dhamma sandittika akalika kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang accayang kamma me sangka supatipanna anuttara karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamecca sakko uju ca suju ca suwaco cassa mudu anatimani santo sakko ca subaro ca appakicco ca 𝓿𝓼𝓭𝓪 utti santindriyo ca nipako ca appagappo kulesu ananugiddo na ca kuddang samacare kinci yena vinyu pare upawadeyung sukino wa kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta yeke cipana bhutati tasawa tawarawa anavasesa digawa ye mahantawa majjima rassaka nukatula dittawa yeva additta ye ca dure vasanti avidure bhutawa sambhavesiwa sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta naparo parang nikubbeta natimanye 𝓤𝓷𝓲𝓼𝓸𝓷 Biaro sana patigasannya nanya manya 𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪𝓂 mata yata niyang puttang ayusa eka putta manurakke evam pisa pabhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sappalokasmin manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddang ado ca tiriyanca asang badang averang asapattang tittang carang nisinova sayanova yavatassa vigadamiddo etang sating adittheya brahmametang viharang idamahu dittinca anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno kame suvineya gedang nahi jatu gappaseyang punareti etena saca vajjena sotite hotu sabbada etena saca vajjena sotite hotu sabbada etena saca vajjena sotite hotu sabbada. By this declaration of the truth, may you be safe at all times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much, 𝓤𝓾 and 𝓤𝓷𝓲 for today's chanting. Back with us, Bro Tan Leng Huat will share on a touch on karma today. Over to you, Bro Leng Huat.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Brother Terence, for coordinating this Sunday Pūjā again. Now we are back to our regular Sunday Pūjā. Okay, last Thursday we were talking, so we are discussing about certain things, and then somebody brought something interesting subject, a friend of ours was telling us that she and a group of friends were doing meditation in the hall. They were doing meditation, and then suddenly they heard some commotion outside the hall. Through the window, they could hear something. The big commotion was going on. So what they did was they stopped the meditation. They all went to take a peep at the window, and they saw this grass cutter. This grass cutter was killing a snake, hitting a snake. Okay. So the question was posed to our group, and they say, what do you think of the actions of this gardener? Everybody's talking about karma. That's why I want to touch a little bit on karma today. So the question was posed to us, what do you think, how do you interpret the gardener's action? Personally, I didn't say it out on that night, but we must remember, first thing, we forgot the first quality a Buddhist must have is gratitude. We should be grateful for that gardener to have killed the snake. If not, that snake would have probably crawled into our room or into our meditation hall, could have bitten any of us. Correct? So here the subject of gratitude is bigger than the subject of karma, I think. So we should say we are grateful to that gardener, and we hope that he will be blessed by the triple gem for at least, saving us from this predicament of being bitten by the snake. But instead, people ask you what are the actions, whether karma is good or no good, that reminds me of another story also. Today we tell a lot of stories. So another story I read somewhere that, this this guy was just passing by, a very village-like person, very simple man passing by. Then he saw a child from the 4th floor by the window side trying to, she was almost falling out from through the window. So this man quickly ran there and managed to catch that baby lah. I managed to save that baby lah. The baby fell, on 4th floor. I managed to catch it lah. Okay, and of course, from 4th floor you fall down and you catch, it will be a rough catch lah. Huh? So the little baby, the little toddler was a little bit injured. So the mother was very annoyed with him, The mother scolded him and took him to court and said that you will sue him for a certain amount of money because you caused injury to my toddler. If you had not caught the toddler so hard, my toddler would not have been injured, It's ungrateful people. So went to court. And the judge slammed her, Luckily, the judge was very, very wise. Of course, judges are wise. Slammed her and said that you are very ungrateful, You should be grateful to the man instead of suing him, for injuring your child. He saved your child, Betul tak? That's the bigger good, correct? So instead, the judge, instead of compensating that lady, the judge actually charged her to, and he compensated that man, for the stress that man had gone through to go to court and, being sued by people, a simple, humble man. So, okay, the compensation was paid to the man instead lah. You see? So we talk about gratitude lah. So in this particular case, I think the question should be gratitude lah. How do we repay this gardener, who actually killed the snake? But instead they're asking karma, whether the gardener committed bad karma, good karma, see? Yeah, betul tak? Huh? So I would have felt that we should have actually talked about how to say thank you to that man lah, instead of trying to analyze his actions lah. Okay, so that's why today we touch a little bit on karma lah, just a little bit so that people don't get too excited with karma lah. So okay, for karma we will refer to the 𝓤𝓷𝓲𝓼𝓷 Sutta, or it is called the Brahmins of Sala. Brahmins of Sala mean the Brahmins from the village of Sala. This village is actually in the coastal empire. The village, and the Buddha spent a lot of time in coastal, remember? So when the people from the village, they called the Brahmins, are the cleverer people. When they heard that the Buddha was there, they went to see the Buddha. And they are all intelligent people, the Brahmins in Kasa, in Sala, actually are very, very educated people. So they went to see the Buddha and they asked the Buddha a very simple question, but very intelligent question. I say, why is one reborn in a state of deprivation? Let me go to very unfortunate state of existence. While others are born in heavens and with richness and all that. In short, why are people born poor and not good looking, and some are born rich and good looking and lucky people, and yet there are some are born in hell, in the animal realm as ghosts, but yet we hear about the 31 planes of existence, the people are born in those heavenly planes. So the Brahman asked the Buddha this. So the Buddha says very simple. So the Buddha then analyzed what kind of karma will take you to lower rebirth. So simple. The Buddha says, you see any of your actions here, your actions are like this, means you will go to unfortunate state of existence. Basically, it is about not complying to your 5 precepts. Right? I will go that into detail a bit later. So what the Buddha says here is that this unwholesome karma, if you cause unwholesome karma, which basically is all they are related to the 5 precepts, easier to understand. You kill and you steal and you have sexual misconduct, you slander people, you get drunk and all those things. So these are the bad actions that will lead you to a poor rebirth. But if instead you do the opposite of these negative things, if you don't kill, you provide life to people and you give people comfort and you comply, you adhere to the 5 precepts, these are the good actions that will lead you to a good rebirth. Okay, so that's what the Buddha says. So basically, we will go into detail a bit. Okay, so the last part of this sutta actually if you analyze, you can read the say 𝓿𝓼𝓭𝓪𝓂 Sutta. So it says about, actually, of course, once previously made karma must be such that it will support aspirations lah. If you want to aspire to be good, you must be generous lah. Simple lah. So this is basically karma, right? But if a miser who aspires to be rich will not be given that richness lah. You will definitely be born poor and all the things lah. So if one who generally keeps all the precepts, and has been very truthful to the precepts, these are the people who are reborn in the heavenly world lah, or reborn as rich people, nice people, good-looking people, lucky people, you call them, or whatever you want to call them. So these are people who have actually done very good things, a lot of good things. They have adhered to their 5 precepts. Okay? So beyond this, it is necessary also to be proficient in your jhana, they say. Okay, this is a little bit extra. In the 5 precepts also, you don't get drunk. You don't get drunk means your mind must be stable, and you can concentrate more, and you lead your mind to proper concentration. You go to the jhanas, and this might lead you back to a better plane. You go to the Brahma realm. So the Buddha explained basically these simple things about karma. That's why I'm talking about the touch of karma only. We are not going to detail of karma. I may not be an expert in karma, so we'll touch, at least we know what it's all about. Don't be distracted with everything with karma. Let's also not forget gratefulness. That is my theme today. Okay, so beyond this, we say that intoxicants actually is about training of the mind. We were discussing that also. Intoxicant is about training of the mind. We want our mind not to be clouded with a lot of these drugs and all those things. So we want our mind to be clear and stable so that we can achieve proper concentration. And this proper concentration may lead you to to even a more superior place of existence. Okay, so basically, this is what we understand about karma. So this karma, if you read through this discourse, if you read through this discourse, we will also realize that in order to enjoy a good birth, even to the Brahma realm, people like you and me can achieve. Basically, we can achieve. So let's not worry so much about all this karma thing. Let us actually focus on our precepts. That is important. Okay, so that's what the Buddha concluded, that there are 3 kinds of mental conduct, not in accordance with the Dhamma, unrighteous conduct, the Buddha says. So householders, it is by reason of conduct, not in accordance with the Dhamma, by reason of unrighteous conduct, that some beings here in the dissolution of their body after death reappear in the states of unfortunate world. Okay, it is because of this. Okay. And again, the Buddha says in conclusion, so householder, it is by reason of conduct in accordance with Dhamma. That means if you comply with the Dhamma, comply with the ethical living, by reason of righteous conduct, that some beings here on the dissolution of the body after death, that is after death, they will reappear in a happy destination. Okay. So generally, if you read through the sutta, it is about generally in this discourse, the Buddha outlines the 10 causes of wholesome actions. What are the wholesome actions you should do, and what are the unwholesome actions you should not do, and these will determine your future birth. Whether you go to a good place of existence or not depends on these actions. And like I've said earlier, these actions, now we go a little bit in detail, these actions we talk about are all connected with our 5 precepts, okay? And what do you mean by that? You see, when we say that we have bodily action, bodily conduct, bodily action, you must remember we must abstain from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, right? And for verbal conduct, so it's easy to remember these 10 unwholesome actions. First, we talk about our body conduct, which is 3 of our precepts are covered there already, okay? Verbal conduct is another precept covered, but of course, here you can break it down into 4 other sections. You can say not only musavada, not only the false speech, it includes malicious speech, it includes harsh speech, and idle chatter. So that's another 4. And mental conduct means we abstain from covetousness. That is to make your mind drunk lah. Then you come too greedy lah, overly greedy with sensual pleasures lah. Or ill will for that matter, or you get wrong view. Particularly the wrong view, we focus on wrong view that there is no life after death lah. We know that there are moral consequences after death lah. So don't get the wrong view lah. So the core message is very clear here in the 𝓿𝓼𝓭𝓪𝓂 Sutta. So it is basically outlined a few things for you. But okay, now I want to go a little bit further on this. So if you round this all up with the story I told you, there are 4 kinds of karma here lah. There are 4 types of karma, which it will be the black, or people use dark karma if you like, or black karma, or the dark karma, which is always associated with something no good lah, dark and black. Or white and bright karma, the second type of karma, or the black and white karma, or the dark and bright karma combined. So there are the 3 kinds of karma here, and the 4th kind of karma is the neither black nor white karma. Let's use black and white lah, easier, let me not confuse you lah. So there's black karma, there's white karma, there's black and white karma, and there's neither black nor white karma. So it's quite simple now. Dark karma, like we said earlier. So when we talk about karma, the dark karma will be karma which has dark results lah. Correct? Black karma better lah instead of dark karma lah. So dark karma with black karma with black results lah. These actions like killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, taking drugs, intoxicants to cloud the mind. These actions always have bad volitions of greed, hatred, and delusion. Okay? Now we're talking about volition. Before that, let me define karma for you lah. Karma is also defined as volitional action. We must always remember it is volitional action or intentional action. This is very important to remember lah. Okay, so now here now we come back to what is the black karma. It's actions like stealing, killing, sexual misconduct, lying, and taking drugs to cloud your mind. These actions always have it will result in bad intention, or because of bad intention, you put this action. So they are always associated with the 3 poisons in life, which is greed, hatred, and delusion. So these actions are always associated with this kind of, with the 3 poisons in life. And of course, it will bring you black results lah. That means you'll be reborn in a unfortunate state of existence lah. You may go to hell or reborn as an animal, or you can be reborn as a ghost. So this is all the black karma that we talk about. Then what is the light karma that we talk about? The white karma, black means white, okay? So better, so it is about complying with our 5 precepts lah. Generally lah. If you comply with the 5 precepts involving generosity, virtue, loving kindness, and ethical or morally right conduct, it involves a lot of altruistic joy. Your frame of mind must be always must always be altruistic and be filled with altruistic joy. So that kind of condition we should live in. So when we comply with the 5 precepts daily, it will result in us being it will result in us being generous, in virtuousness, in loving kindness, and of course you'll be living a very ethically upright life. Okay, so this is the kind of life we want, and this kind of life will guarantee us a better rebirth. Okay, so this will bring us the white results. Okay, a better rebirth. That's where you're reborn pretty, handsome, rich, in a high class place, or whatever happens, or you go to the Deva realm or the Brahma realm. So these are the things that will help you. Okay, then again we're talking what is the dark or what is the black and white karma. So we come back to the part whereby that gardener who was killing the snake, correct? So when the gardener was killing the snake, of course, we don't say that is right also. It's not completely right. It is also wrong. It is also an act of killing. But remember, his intention is not there. His intention, like I said, we define karma as volitional action. His intention of hitting the snake, of killing the snake, so that the snake will not go to the meditation hall and bite any of the meditators there. So he has got a very big intention there, pure intention. So the bigger good is there. Of course, he has killed. He is also guilty of the small part of killing, but he has actually done a very meritorious deeds. He was trying to prevent the snake from biting those people. So we must look at it that way. So let us not worry. We may come to such conditions, we may have to do, we do. Those are black and white karma, but the white karma is definitely very much bigger than the small dot of black karma. So the case of the gardener who killed the snake, I'm sure he meant to prevent the snake from going into that meditation hall to bite those people there. Okay, so he has got very good intention. So that is the white part of his actions. So yes, we agree there's a black and white karma there. Right? Okay, let's come back to our legendary Robin Hood. Robin Hood also same also, isn't it? He robbed from the rich and give to the poor. Are you trying to say robbing from the rich is right? No, it's not right also. Correct. It is still robbing from the rich. Yes, agreed. It is still robbing from the rich, but yes. But what he did with it is not related to any of the greed, hatred, or delusion that we are trying to say, the three poisons. He was merely trying to give it to the villagers so that they can have better food to eat, but they're all deprived people. The villagers were deprived, so Robin Hood went out, stole from the rich and gave to the poor. Right? So this is the black and white karma. But the white karma is definitely bigger than the black karma. So we have to accept that. Okay? So we have to realize that when whatever actions we do, we mustn't be afraid when actually our intentions are pure. If our intentions are pure, look at it that way. Don't worry so much about, oh, I stepped the ant, or I killed the ant, I killed the mosquito, I killed the kacau, all these small little things that we worry about. But what was your purpose of actually killing the mosquito? Now, we do fogging around our area. When we hear that there is dengue going on, we do fogging. Okay, you're telling me guilty of killing mosquitoes? Agree? I agree. But the bigger good, we are trying to save our neighborhood from being infected by dengue. If they're infected by dengue, they may die. Okay, and the human life is far, far, far more greater than the life of a mosquito. Correct? So we must look at the bigger good. So if we have to do such things, we do. If we have to fog our neighborhood, we fog. If they want our agreement to fog, we agree, because the idea is not that we hate the mosquitoes or we want to kill the mosquitoes. We don't go around chasing mosquitoes in short, but we will prevent this spread of dengue in our neighborhood, which is no good. So we must think like that. Yeah. So that's what I meant by there is black and white karma here. We agree it is wrong, but the right is bigger. So this is called the right and the wrong. Okay. I think I've given you some examples. It is quite easy to understand now, isn't it? And then the last but not least, I told you all, is about the neither black nor white karma. This is a bit more interesting. Okay, neither black nor white karma is actually these actions that lead to the destruction of karma. Another complication again. So basically, it is like following the Eightfold Path. Okay, now another example easy to understand is, for instance, that we come for the Sunday Pūjā. We come for this Sunday Pūjā, there is no physical gain. Correct? There is nothing you gain. There's nothing good you have done. There's nothing bad you have done. Agree? You will come to the Sunday Pūjā. So this is what we call neither black nor white puja. Sorry, neither black nor white Kamma. Because you come here to learn the Dhamma. Correct? Learning the Dhamma has no material gain in that sense, correct? There's no material gain, neither have you done anything bad, so it is neither black nor white. It is coming here to straighten your view on the Dhamma. You see, you are straightening your view in the Dhamma. Okay? And this kind of straightening of view will come to the point where I say that this action that leads to the destruction of Kamma. That means action that lead you to Nibbana. Like these actions that we are talking about is adhering to the Noble Eightfold Path. We touch on the views, okay, correct. We come here on Sundays, we go to listen to Dhamma talk, we go to the temple, we go and chant puja, we chant the Bojjhanga. This doesn't bring you any material gain. It gives you the peace of mind, straighten your views. Then your views become very clear. Okay, and this kind of Kamma you get is neither black nor white. Alright? And this kind of Kamma you get will be the Kamma that helps you to actually, that leads you to Nibbana eventually. So this Kamma, so Kamma leads you also to Nibbana, but it's neither black nor white Kamma. Not the Kamma that brings you returns. The Kamma that brings you return will not take you to Nibbana, but this is one that doesn't bring any return to you, but it helps to straighten, correct your views. And that is what we are talking about today. So this is called the neither black nor white Kamma. So we must remember that these are the four areas, the four kinds of Kamma that we encounter in our daily lives. And the black Kamma, the white Kamma, the black and white Kamma, and the neither black nor white Kamma. Okay? Do I need to elaborate a little bit on this neither black nor white? I think it is like that. So basically, if you practice the Dhamma, it is neither black nor white. Right? If you practice the Dhamma for ethical living, that is white. If you practice the Dhamma to straighten the view, then it's neither black nor white. Because it helps you to straighten the view. For instance, like we say, you adhere to the Eightfold Path, and you go on your speech, and you go on your actions, and you go on your livelihood, and you go on your meditation, and you go on your concentration and understanding and the right thoughts. So you go on this. Now these, of course, we have to analyze it very carefully. I don't think, okay, now my 5 minutes more. You see, for example, we say the actions, why do we say this Eightfold Path leads you to neither black nor white? Because of your intention. Remember, it's always intention. Okay, let us touch on, let's say, action. Action. Action does not mean that it is bodily conduct only. Does not mean that when you react to it means it is not black or white. It can be neither black nor white. Because why? Because if your actions, action, normally you say it's either black or white. Black and white. We have explained the bad part of action, we explained the good part of action, and we explained the black and white. Robin Hood is black and white. Okay, now we talk about actions that may lead you to neither black nor white. What do you mean? Remember, when the Buddha was enlightened, it does not mean that the Buddha became a zombie. The Buddha still has actions, okay? And Arhan also have actions, don't forget. Don't think that, you see, when the Sakyans were fighting with the mother sect, okay? So they were always fighting, isn't it? Now, did the Buddha not just leave them alone to fight and kill each other? No, the Buddha appeared and stopped them from fighting, isn't it? They were fighting over the water from Rohini river. The Buddha appeared before them. The Buddha did a twin miracle. And then they dispersed, they did not fight. On 2-3 occasions, the Buddha saw Angulimala, the Buddha intervened and also helped him. Okay, so does not mean that Buddha already, oh, he's already enlightened, he has no more feeling, he became a zombie. No, he still has action. The difference is what? So when we practice our action, I say the actions can bring you neither black nor white results. How? As long as your actions are not self-centered. Correct? When we do things, we must not think of ourselves first. Correct? If you do things that are not self-centered, meaning your actions are without greed, neither is your actions with hatred, or neither is actions with delusion. Your actions are free from these 3 poisons. Then they are not self-centered. You're not talking about you want to be popular. I do this so that people can notice that Brother Tan exists. Then that is not neither black nor white. It can be white, that's all. Okay? But neither black nor white means you do something which is free from being self-centered, free from being, your ego must not be there, in short. And then these actions are all free from greed, hatred, and delusion. Okay? When the Koreans were fighting with the 𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪, the Buddha appeared. The Buddha didn't take sides. He was a 𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪, don't forget. But he never took sides. He rose off the ground. He did his twin miracle. They saw and they dispersed. They dispersed. Okay? So it is not self-centered, isn't it? He did not do it because he wants to show off his power. Neither did he do it to side for the 𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪s or side for the Koreans. No, he did it because of that. Okay, because he didn't want people to kill each other, and he's free from this greed, hatred, and delusion. So actions that are free from greed, hatred, and delusion, actions which are not self-centered, are actions which are neither black nor white. Learning the Dhamma is neither black nor white. Those actions also, right? Putting in right effort to practice, to cultivate goodness, is neither black nor white. Having the correct view of people is neither black nor white. So these are the things that if you analyze Eightfold Path, I'm sure every one of you here knows about the Eightfold Path, and you see that as long as these are done without self-interest or not being self-centered and free from greed, hatred, and delusion, and such actions are actually neither black nor white Kamma. Okay, so with that, I think I will want to say thank you very much for your time. Yeah, thank you very much. And we hand over the platform back to Brother Terence. I can't take questions, I'm sorry, anyway.
Thank you, Brother Leng Huat, for today's sharing. Now let's take quick those merits that are accrued to all beings, whether they're seen or unseen. Akasatha ca Bhummatha Devanaga Mahittika Punyang Tammanumoditva Chiram Rakkantu Loka Sasanang Ettavata ca Amhehi Sampadang Punya Sampadang Sabbe Deva Sabbe Bhuta Sabbe Satta Numodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. And aspirations. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you everyone for watching. For other videos, please visit the links below. Bye bye for now. See you again next week.